Hello, dear listeners. Today, we're not talking about ethereal metaphysics, but a very practical survival skill. Many people who read Buddhist scriptures first learn the phrase dreams, illusions, bubbles, shadows. But have you noticed? Many people get more confused the more they learn, even using illusion as an excuse to escape life. A remarkable Zen master from the Yuan dynasty named National Preceptor Zhongfeng said some harsh words in the Huanzhu family instructions. He said that this great illusion gate, if you don't have that kind of Tyson understanding or divine realization, you absolutely cannot enter. Many people mess around there, and in the end, instead of liberation, they fall into obsession. What is divine realization? The master gave a very down-to-earth analogy in his teachings. Driving. Think about it. When a novice starts driving, the instructor tells you that you can make a right-angle turn at 80 miles per hour. You remember this. It's called knowledge. But a truly seasoned driver can feel the tilt of the car and predict the limit of the tire's grip. This inner understanding is called divine realization. Spiritual practice is the same. If you haven't recognized your afflictions or understood Zen stability, and you just hear the word illusion and force yourself into a so-called state of meditative concentration, it's very dangerous. Master said it's like trying to make a hard turn at over 100 miles per hour. The car won't just flip, it will roll. And in the end, the car is destroyed and the driver is killed. In spiritual practice, this is called falling into obsession. You become mentally ill and can't pull yourself out. Speaking of this, you might ask, how should we practice normally? How do we avoid flipping the car? The master mentioned a very profound sociological phenomenon, reshumming. For the same event, 3 people telling it results in 3 versions, each with their own biases and colors. If you don't have wisdom and believe whatever others say, you'll forever live in someone else's illusion. Even more frighteningly, we often mistake others' politeness for good fortune and their sarcasm for the truth. Someone might casually praise a dish, saying this is delicious, but they might just be trying to build a relationship or being sarcastic. Yet you sit there feeling smug, thinking you're truly talented. What does this show? It shows we can't even keep watch over our own hearts. Actions or words, they can penetrate these illusions to see the reality behind them. When it comes to illusions, the hardest one for everyone to break is definitely the body. The master said that the enlightenment of the ancients seemed so easy. Master Niao Keo blew a piece of cloth lint, and monk Huitong was enlightened. Master Daishan saw a candle being blown out and immediately transcended the tradition. But this is actually the principle of the 7th pancake. You're full after eating the 7th pancake because the previous 6 laid the foundation. Before those ancestral masters achieved enlightenment, how much scolding did they endure? How many beatings did they take? And how many times were the houses they built torn down? We modern people are just too eager for the bargain. We want that last bit of ease, but are unwilling to experience the hardships that came before. We say everything is an illusion, but if you were truly to lose an arm or a leg, you'd immediately feel it's real, and the pain would be excruciating. This is called fake knowledge. So, how exactly should we operate? The master provides a very clear accounting method. Every day when you open your eyes, You must ask yourself one question. Am I building merit today? Or am I establishing obstacles and hard crests? These are two completely different qualities of life, even if it's all a dream. Some have peaceful dreams, while others have nightmares. Every time you get angry, every time you retort at someone, every time you pick up someone else's shortcoming and keep it in your heart, you are stacking the materials for a nightmare in the field of your 8 consciousnesses. Once this negative information is attached, it clings to you like a snake. When you pick up others' faults, you are actually creating a fruit out of thin air in your own heart. And in the end, you're the one who has to swallow it. The master said, a truly clever person knows how to sweep up things. If someone belittles or slanders you, don't be quick to get angry. Instead, thank him from the bottom of your heart. Why? Because according to the principles of the Diamond Sutra, you created so much karma in past lives that you were originally destined to suffer in the hell realms. Now, because this person belittles you in this life, they sweep away those old, rotten karmic debts for you. They take them on for you. Your side is now clean, and you're closer to Buddhahood. So, those people who mess with you are actually unpaid movers, helping you clear out the waste in your heart. Speaking of this, some might think, can't I just ignore this negative information? Actually, it's not that simple. The master reminded us that once those evil conditions enter the field of 8 consciousnesses, throwing them away is harder than climbing to heaven. It's like waking up in the middle of the night and suddenly remembering someone's fault. Your heart starts to stack layers of anger. At that moment, you haven't just picked up someone else's trash. You've created an even larger landfill in your own heart. The greatest fear in spiritual practice is this gap between knowledge and action. We always feel we understand, but once the illusion strikes, we are still commoners, led by the nose by our circumstances. So, from now on, we must learn a kind of psychological shielding. When you see something unpleasant or hear something harsh, in the very second it attaches to the door of your heart, tell yourself, this is harmful. I can't sweep this in. True divine realization isn't about finding answers in a pile of books. It's about seeing clearly at the moment every thought arises, whether it leads you toward liberation or toward a trap. What we must cultivate is the stability to turn away and firmly practice generosity, disciplined, even in the most painful and chaotic illusions. Rush because you know that only this illusion of building merit, at the moment of waking from the dream, bring you a portion of eternal freedom. So, after listening to this, we must understand one core point. Spiritual practice isn't about seeking more knowledge or becoming a scholar. If your learning only grows your ego view, making you feel like a great master or an expert, then you've completely cultivated similar wisdom, which isn't the Buddha Dharma, but is instead demonic. True practice is just 2 things. First, understand this is an illusion. Since it's an illusion, don't worry about this old life, and don't worry about faith or money. While this illusion still exists, hurry to build merit. Through generosity, discipline, patience, and wisdom, even if it's just to exchange for a younger body or a more blessed future, it's still better than this old, affliction-filled nightmare of a state. Stop wasting time getting angry, and stop picking up other people's trash everywhere. 否则的样, only pick up gold, only pick up jewels. When your heart is filled with nothing but merit, this illusion will naturally transform from a nightmare into supreme bliss. Well, that's all for today's sharing. If you also feel that life has been flipping the car lately, why not stop and think, Am I paving the way for myself, or am I digging a pit for myself? See you next time.